Thanks for joining us again this week. I'm Montgomery County Chief Administrative Officer Rich Madalino, joining you this week as the county executive is on assignment in Asia. This trip takes him to Japan and China. Since 2023, he has led economic missions to India, South Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Companies in these countries are eager to find a hub in the United States to conduct business from. These trips help show them that Montgomery County is an excellent place to do business and access the American market. I welcomed Congressman Jamie Raskin to the Silver Springs Center this week. He met with leaders from our Department of Health and Human Services as well as healthcare providers to talk about the federal shutdown's impact, the forthcoming rise in medical coverage premiums, and the difficulties presented by federal layoffs and cutbacks.
There are millions of people across the country who are facing losing their health insurance because of the cutoff in the Affordable Care Act tax credits. The premiums for people's monthly health insurance payments are going to have to be paid completely by our people, instead of having the benefit of the subsidy coming through the Affordable Care Act. And as uninsured people, they're going to be less healthy, they're going to grow sicker, and they're going to end up in the emergency rooms, overrunning the hospitals, and again, driving everybody's rates up.
We were fortunate to have Jamie join us on our weekly media briefing. I want to share some of that conversation too, starting with his assessment of this past weekend's No Kings rallies, which included 22 here in Montgomery County by his count.
There were tens of thousands of people from Montgomery County participating everywhere, from going down to the mall to Washington, to the highway overpasses with Joe Ortman Faust in Silver Spring, to NIH in Rockville, where Senators Van Hollen and Alsobrooks were. What we need to do is to get my Republican colleagues to come back to Washington to end this paid vacation they've been giving themselves. And I call it that because they're not having town hall meetings. If they were, they would know the anger and the upset and the anxiety that's out there about all of this.
I would like to thank Congressman Raskin for taking the time to explain how deep cuts at the federal level impact his constituents and our residents. On Thursday, Maryland Governor Wes Moore visited Wheaton to tour the new Federal Workforce Career Center that we opened earlier this month. He participated in a roundtable conversation with the team to learn how they are engaging with county residents who have lost their jobs due to the Trump administration's ongoing federal government shutdown and other cuts to programs and departments.
We're offering free transit to federal workers who are being forced to go to work without pay. We're working to shield federal workers from evictions and utility shutoffs. And we set up a pipeline for federal workers to enter into essential and available state jobs. Through all of it, people have learned that in Maryland, we will lead the charge and we will protect our people. And while Donald Trump spends his days firing our federal public servants, prolonging the government shutdown, and building ballrooms, I will continue to work in partnership with our local officials and the private sector to help Marylanders get back on their feet. Because in Maryland, we make thank you for your service actually mean something.
Since opening the Federal Workforce Career Center, hundreds of our residents have signed up for assistance through mobilize-montgomery.com. This was the next logical step after launching the online site earlier this year to better support our residents. I want to thank our partners for their collaboration in making this process smooth and for welcoming Governor Moore during his site visit. Last Thursday, we celebrated the grand reopening of Park Montgomery West in Silver Spring's Piney Branch neighborhood. It is not a project that resembles what was initially envisioned for this area. That plan would have allowed developers to replace existing high-rise buildings, leaving us with the minimum percentage of affordable housing units required by law and displacing many longtime current residents. This development is now an excellent example of how we can simultaneously preserve and expand affordable housing. Our partner, Enterprise, renovated the existing 141 homes at Park Montgomery and added 76 brand new affordable apartments right next door. That's 217 homes where people can live, raise their families, and stay connected to this vibrant community. I'd like you to hear what the county executive said at this event about why this is such an important opening.
The completion of Park Montgomery and Park Montgomery West means that hundreds of residents will have an affordable place to call home within a short walk from the Purple Line. The county in 2000 had more than 45,000 naturally occurring affordable housing units. By 2030, we will probably not have 10,000. That's a frightening thought. We were down to 20,000 by 2020. The acceleration of rents is just going to make this situation worse, even with rent control.
We're especially grateful to County Executive Mark Eldridge and his administration for their steadfast commitment to preserving and expanding affordable housing across Montgomery County. Your leadership and partnership have been instrumental in ensuring that communities like Park Montgomery remain accessible and inclusive for all residents.
And to stop the natural affordable housing from being lost to the market requires public investment. It's not going to happen any other way than if the public puts money into this.
Current County Council member Gabe Albornoz has been nominated to serve as the director of the Montgomery County Department of Recreation. If confirmed, he will return to the position he held before becoming a council member. He will succeed Robin Riley, who retired earlier this year. Gabe is the best choice to lead recreation for several reasons, including his previous tenure as director from 2007 to 2018. At the time of his first appointment, he was the youngest department head in Montgomery County's history. He helped build, expand, and diversify our recreation programs, even during the Great Recession. As a council member, Gabe understands the financial demands of major improvement projects that benefit our recreational users. During his previous tenure as director, he oversaw 11 capital projects worth $280 million. He's also dedicated to continuing the vital programs offered by our recreation department that promote physical activity, mental health, and well-being. Work to replace Gabe's position on the council is already underway. The person selected by the council will fill out the remaining year of Gabe's term, ending December 1st, 2026. Applications are currently being accepted by the County Council now through November 5th. Finally, I would like to wish everyone a happy Halloween. Although it may be a week away, many activities are happening this weekend. And in the lead up to the holiday, please keep a few things in mind. Early sunsets at this time of year reduce visibility. Extra caution is needed when traveling during evening hours. There will be so many more pedestrians and bikers out in the dark because of the earlier sunset. Please go slowly and be prepared to stop suddenly. Drivers, in fact, should consider staying off neighborhood roads altogether during the prime trick-or-treat hours on Halloween. And children should carry glow sticks, flashlights, or some other reflective material on dark costumes to ensure they are seen in the dark. And if you see a drunk driver, dial 911 to report it. Follow the county on social media to learn about many community activities planned for your entire family. Please be safe and have fun. That's all for now. I'll be back again next week from the County Executive's office to keep you updated on what's going on in Montgomery County, Maryland.